Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shah, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shah, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shah, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Raha Kadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect scattered across the four winds. This is your brother Yakar Avin from Great Millstone, Houston. And double honors to the men that taught our elders and apostles. So we just got another lesson going into, Psalms 23 and 1. It says, Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. So, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the house of Israel, the tribe of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, Yahweh, which is who the world ignorantly calls God or Lord, is our power. Yahweh, the existing one, H3068, Yahweh, the existing one. It said, Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. Right there, want being H2637, Hasar. Hasar means to lack, to be without, to be lacking, have a need. So the Lord is our shepherd, and we shall not want, because of the times that we're going to come into the here in the near future is going to be a time like never before. We're going to be coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. But what does the scripture say? It says, this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. It says, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And so the elect of Israel is going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. But, we're supposed to go into these scriptures and understand that the times that we're going to come into, we're going to have great faith. But the Lord has come through for his chosen, time and time and time again. The Lord has always come through for Israel. The Lord has come through for his prophets. We're supposed to look back into the accounts and see how Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, which his name means he is the deliverer. But he's come through for his people time and time again. So we're commanded not to be afraid. Let's get that. This is Joshua chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For Yahweh, thy power, is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So we have to understand and believe that our power is with us wherever we go. And, as it said in Jeremiah, it said, but he shall be saved out of it. So, the Lord is going to save his elect out of the trouble that's about to come. So we're supposed to go back into these accounts and and the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning. What is that? Romans. This is Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. It says, whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So we're supposed to go back into the different accounts of, how Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, has came through for the children of Israel, or for individuals. Back in, let's get that. This is an account of Elijah. So let's start. This is 1 Kings chapter 19 and verse 1. It says, and Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, so let the powers do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. So Jezebel basically threatened Elijah because he had slain, all the prophets. Well, not prophets. All the they were called prophets, but all of the this escaped me right now, but I guess they were sorcerers, for lack of a better. When Elijah rained down fire on them, he said, go and pray to your God, and and make the wood catch on fire. And then, he was mocking them. But anyway, it says, and when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belongeth to Judah, and left his servant there. It says, but he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a juniper tree, and he requested for himself that he might die, and said, it is enough now, O Yahweh, take away my life, for I am no better than my fathers. And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, behold, then an angel touched him and said unto him, arise and eat. And he looked, and behold, and there was a cake baking on the coals, and a cruse of water at its head. And he did eat and drink, and laid down again. And the angel of Yahweh came again the second time, and touched him, and said, arise and eat, because thy journey is too great for thee. And he arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Oreb, the mount of the Most High. So, he went out, and there was food provided for him, and he ate it, and it sustained him for 40 days and 40 nights. So, Yahweh has come through time and time again. That's a small thing for Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. To feed us, like I said, 40 days and 40 nights from one meal. It sustained him, and he didn't have no problem. When we go back into the Exodus, the Lord rained down manna from heaven. This is Exodus chapter 16 and verse 8. And it says, and Moses said, this shall be when Yahweh shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For that Yahweh heareth your murmurings which you murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahweh. And Moses spake unto Aaron, saying unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before Yahweh, for he have heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spoke unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of Yahweh appeared in the cloud. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, At evening ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, your power. And it came to pass that at evening the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay round about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoar frost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which Yahweh have given ye to eat. So, in the times to come, being hungry is not, it's not a real thing, because as it says, Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. So, we shouldn't be in need of anything, lacking of anything. We should not have a need for anything, because we have a power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. And we should understand that he is in control of all things. Yahweh Shah had told, we'll get that account. This is John chapter 19 and verse 10. Let's see. This is John chapter 19, verse 10. It says, Then saith Pilate unto him, Speakest, let's go up. Let's get it. I'll say, this is John, start from the top. This is John chapter 19 and verse 1. It says, Then Pilate therefore took Yahushua and scourged him. And the soldiers plaited a crown of thorns and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe and said, Hail, King of the Jews. And they smote him with their hands. Pilate therefore went forth again and said unto them, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him. Then came Yahushua forth, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. And Pilate said unto them, Behold the man. Then the chief priests, therefore, and the officers saw him. They cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Take ye him and crucify him, for I find no fault in him. The Jews answered him, We have a law, and by our law he ought to die, because he made himself the Son of the Most High. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was more afraid, and went again into the judgment hall, and said unto Yahushua, Whence out there? But Yahushua gave him no answer. Then said Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? And Yahushua answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except if it were given thee from above. Therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin. So Yahushua knew that, the Most High is in control of all things. So he didn't have power to do anything to him unless it was given to him on high. So, knowing that our power is the one that saves and kills, I mean that in itself you can't have a better power than that. It says, this is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is his treasure." So wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability, you know. The firmness is H530 Amawa Na. It says firmness, steadfastness, steadiness. So understanding that Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is in control of all things, you know, that right there should make you stable, you know, because the Lord said that he's with us wheresoever thou goest. This is so I mean, we have to be strong and of good courage, because Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is with us wheresoever we goest. So I mean, looking at these different accounts of, you know, what's gone on in the past, and, you know, our power can save. I mean, here we're gonna get that in Baruch and then close it out. I mean, this is just a quick lesson going into some of the different things. This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 27. It says, "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you." And the things that they're talking about is all of the different calamities that you children of Israel have had to go through for breaking the covenant that you had with the Most High. So you broke the covenant, so you had to go into the curses. But be of good comfort. Cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that have brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflict thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. So, I mean, this is, you know, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is going to save, you know, his elect. But all Israel is going to be saved. All Israel will be in the kingdom and receive everlasting life. But yet, you know, and the heathens are going to get paid back for all that they have done to us. Now, with that being said, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Raha Kadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered across the four winds. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Shalom.